Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. Let's take a look at the Forex economic calendar for today. Australian GDP down from 0.7 to 0.4, and on the yearly measurements is a little bit below the forecast of 2.2% with the 2.1% number. Bank services PMI in Japan beats the expectations, 53.2. Services PMI in China 52.1, in line with the expectations. Services PMI in Russia up from 52.2, and the CPI in Turkey is down from 2.25 to 0.87. So good data from the Turkey in all of the measurements of the CPI, quarterly and yearly as well. We are still waiting for the bunch of data from the Eurozone services PMI, composite PMI from the European countries, including the Eurozone, are scheduled for release before 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock we get composite PMI and services PMI data scheduled for release from the Eurozone. At 10:30 we have scheduled for release composite PMI and services PMI from the UK. At the same time, manufacturing PMI from Switzerland is scheduled for release. During the US session, ADP Nonfarm employment change is scheduled for release at 15 minutes past 2. At 2:30 we got export price index and import price index data from the US, together with the labor productivity from Canada. Interest rate decision from Poland is expected at 3 o'clock. The market participants expect the cut from 4.25 to 4%. Industrial production data from the US is scheduled for release at 3:15. Then we have the global services PMI and the ISM non-manufacturing PMI data releases at 3:45 and 4 o'clock. Crude oil inventories are scheduled for release at 4:30. Together with the cash in crude oil inventories, ECB President Christine Lagarde will give a speech at 4:30. Then we have the Bank of England MPC member Mann to give a speech at 6 o'clock, and at 8:30 we got the US President Donald Trump to give us important speech. So very busy day, plenty of data releases from including the Asian session, European session and US session. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. It should be a busy day, which is why without any further ado we switch to the charts and we start with euro dollar. So the euro dollar is attacking the level of 1.1657 yet again. Last attempt was 4 pips lower than the swing high from the November 13. Today, as you can see, we are again at the same level, but you can see here we got some kind of a long weeks on all of this 4-hour time frame candles. So with that kind of a momentum, there is still a chance that the euro dollar will break above this level, test the 1.1669 and then breaks even higher. So we are keeping our bullish scenario. 1.1616 is now the technical support. However, I don't think this is going to be something major, but we will leave it here and see whether the market will react on this level. So for now, euro dollar in the upper range and is trying to break higher. Let's wait and see how this will end. Now cable yet again keeps moving higher. So it looks like this situation with the US dollar might be a little bit more interesting than we think. Test of the 1.3189 with the low at 1.3179, and then bullish engulfing and movement to the upside yet again. The bulls are fighting for this level here. So this is the 1.3274, and obviously you can see this thick red line, which is the old technical resistance, and every time we are above this level, the bears are triggered and then pushing the prices lower. You can see it straight on here. For now, we were waiting for this candle to close, and we will see what will be the situation. Between 1.3249, 1.3274, there is a supply zone, so we are just inside of this zone. Momentum is positive, not that strong, 58 points. Nevertheless, it looks like this this market might have another chance to move higher. US dollar versus the Japanese yen. We tested the technical level, right, and then broke below it. We almost hit the technical support, but local low has been established at 154.68, bullish engulfing pattern, and we went back up to test the trend line. Let me just move the trend line a little bit lower. This is how it's supposed to be, and we are trading according to this chart along with the trend line and along with the 100 period moving average just below the level of 50. So right now this situation is still tricky, very important place, a very important setup. So this is to be or not to be for the further movement to the upside. If the bulls gets rejected, we will fall basically way lower towards 154.49 or even towards 153.62. If they break, then eventually the swing high at 157.90 is the next target for the bulls. So if we are talking about the US dollar, let's take a look at the US dollar index, because it looks like there is something else going on here as the US dollar index is moving lower. Yes, with this kind of a momentum, the US dollar keeps itself below the level of 100. So as you can see, we broke this neutral level on the RSI, went lower, rejected, extremely oversold conditions, bounce, rejected. So bears are in charge of this market right now. Bears are making pressure on the US dollar, so the US dollar is weakening across the board. Can we apply some trend line here? Let me just take a look. It seems like this downside movements are still the same, as you can see here, because it looks like this this movement to the downside. For example, let's take a look from here to here is minus 13%, right? Another one, this one is a little bit bigger, I'm sure, minus 1.54, so minus 1.16, minus 1.54. Another correction to the downside is roughly around minus 1.34. So as you can see, they are pretty much the same, and the recent one is with this low 1.38. So all of these corrections are pretty the same, right? So when we move to the move higher, we have the correction, another swing high correction, another swing high correction, another swing high marginal but still swing high correction. So this might be something interesting going on here, as the US dollar is trying to appreciate across the board, trying to make more from all of this other trading pairs. From the lows of September 17th this year to this recent swing high of November 21st, let me just take a look how much did we gain eventually. So we did actually move 4.35%, not too bad. And if this is some sort of the beginning of the uptrend, it's still looking good. Nevertheless, just recently we got this range. We got basically, there is a high, but it's a marginal high. So on this range here, we got that situation, right, with 133 as a technical resistance, and we got this. Eventually we got this technical support at 98.96, right? So right now we got some sort of the range. If the range is broken, then this potential uptrend has been invalidated, and we more likely go lower. So that's the situation on the US dollar index. Gold is trading around 4,200 after a failed breakout to the upside above the 4,244 swing high from the November 13. Right now we're moving lower. Let me just extend this trend line a little bit. Let's see if I can do it here. No, so I will have to extend it because maybe the market wants to test this trend line from above. In order to do this, the market must be technical and not emotional. So we will see very, very soon how this situation would develop. For now, obviously, there in the background there is an uptrend, strong uptrend. Since the highs at October 21st, then we have the biggest correction we get towards 3,886, and now this doesn't actually look that strong anymore, but it is still a part of the uptrend because we didn't eventually produce any new swing high. Swing low, obviously, and swing high as well, because that's a lower high. This is the lower high, so now it's all about the questions: what is going to be first, new high on the gold or new low below 3,889? And that will eventually tell us what is the nearest direction. What is the next direction for the gold in the short term, right? So right now we are living this situation here. Market is more technical than it was before. However, with the almost neutral momentum, bulls can't do much with this situation yet. And Bitcoin, as we said many times before, the next target to test for the Bitcoin is 98,000 and 99,000. So that's 1,000 supply zone. And just recently we got this V-shaped reversal on momentum and on the price. Look at the momentum, please. We hit extremely oversold conditions, so we just moved above the local high from the November 28th, located at 93,080. We've made a marginal high at 93,961, and there is still a little bit of the room to the upside to hit the extremely overbought conditions, at least on the 4-hour time frame chart. How does it look like on the daily? Yes, on the daily is about to hit the level of 50, and as I said, if we get towards 98%, 98,000, most likely daily RSI will break above the level of 50 and it will continue higher with the strong momentum. After this breakout, the next target is roughly around 1,700. So this is the situation on the Bitcoin. That correction to the upside is already the biggest one in the series of this corrections. So maybe new cycle is in progress. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.